Hello friends, I welcome you all for today's lecture. So, in this lecture we are going to study tunnel ventilation. So, basically there are two types of ventilations which is provided in tunnel. First is the temporary ventilation and second is the permanent ventilation. So, the objectives of providing a tunnel ventilation is or are for the supply of fresh air to the working crew or working people or working gang. Also, to remove injurious fumes and gases which are caused because of the blasting. To remove safely dust generated during drilling, blasting and mucking. And to reduce temperature inside the tunnel which are situated at greater depth, it is required to provide a tunnel ventilation. So, tunnel ventilation may be provided as temporary ventilation, that is only during the construction, or it can also be provided as a permanent ventilation on permanent basis. So, here first figure shows a natural ventilation. We can see this is a tunnel and this is a shaft of a tunnel. So, here we can see a ventilation is provided through this shaft. And the second figure shows permanent ventilation. So, in this figure we can see a permanent ventilation is provided in the form of these exhaust fans. So, ventilation is required because of dust and gas which is caused by drilling, blasting and loading of excavated materials and shotcreting. The exhaust gas and smoke is discharged by the diesel inside the tunnel. The ventilation is also required because poisonous gas made from explosive or organic solvent, or because of high temperature and high humidity, it is required to provide a tunnel ventilation. So, ventilation during construction is necessary to ventilate a tunnel for various reasons, like to furnish fresh air for the workers. The second purpose is to remove the dust which is caused by drilling, blasting, mucking and diesel engines, etc. And to remove the obnoxious gases and fumes which are produced by the various explosives which are used at the time of blasting inside the tunnel. So, basically whenever we are providing any kind of ventilation system, it should be capable of following requirements. So, the fumes and smokes should be cleared as early as possible. The amount of dust produced should be within the permissible limits. The ventilation system should provide atmosphere where workers can do the job safely and comfortably, and accumulation of dangerous fumes should be prevented with the use of these ventilation systems. So, coming to the first type of ventilation, that is natural ventilation. So, as the name indicates, the ventilation is provided naturally. So, here natural ventilation is due to the difference of temperature inside and outside of the tunnel, and it will be effective only when the orientation of tunnel is along the wind direction. So, here figure shows a natural ventilation in which we can see these are the shafts which are provided for the ventilation and which will act as a exhaust, and this is a tunnel which is constructed. So, here a fresh air will blow if the tunnel is in the wind direction, and this after blowing of this fresh air, the accumulated air will be exhausted from this shaft, and this central shaft will also supply a fresh air to this tunnel. So because of the difference of temperature inside and outside of the tunnel, such type of ventilation can be obtained. Good natural ventilation is possible except in some favorable locations, such as where a drift is driven from portal to portal. It may provide sufficient natural ventilation for enlarging operation, means where there is a provision of a drift from portal to portal. So portal means the tunnel entrance, from one entrance to the another entrance. If drift are provided, in that case sufficient natural ventilations are possible. In large diameter short tunnels, it is also possible to provide a good ventilation. And it is also possible to achieve a natural ventilation if we put a tunnel in direction of a wind. The second type of ventilation is the mechanical ventilations. So when it is not possible to obtain a natural ventilation naturally, so in that case we have to provide some mechanical means. So when natural ventilation is not adequate, in that case artificial means must be provided, which is known as a mechanical ventilation, and this mechanical ventilation is provided by one or more electric fans or blowers, which may blow a fresh air into a tunnel or exhaust the dust and foul air from the tunnel. So here figure shows a mechanical ventilation in which we can see a blower fans are installed at this place. This will blow a fresh air to the inside of this tunnel, and this at this place exhaust fans are installed, which will take the foul gases or dust outside of the tunnel. Basically, the mechanical system of ventilations are categorized as: first one, blowing or plenum process; second is exhausting or vacuum process; and third one is the combination of first two, that is combination of blowing and exhausting process. So first is the blowing or plenum process. In this method, fresh air is blown by blower fans, which are mounted in one or more input shafts, and vitiated air is being forced out through the tunnel entrance or portals. So blower fans used alone can give uniform distribution of fresh air. So such type of process has advantages as it supply positive supply of fresh air at working place, and disadvantages of such methods are vitiated air, smoke and dust is removed slowly, and because of which fogging inside the tunnel happens. Due to fog, visibility inside the tunnel becomes unhealthy with poor visibility, and such type of process is not suitable for the tunnels. The second is the exhausting or vacuum process. This method involves extraction of the vitiated air from the tunnel by means of one or more exhaust fans, fresh air being drawn into the tunnel via its portal or through inlet shafts. The use of exhaust fan is suitable for short tunnels only. The advantages of such method is it removes dust and foul air from the working phase quickly. and it is simple and requires no separate fresh air supply duct. But the disadvantages are fresh air traveling a whole length may absorb heat and moisture in its path, which results in unpleasant working condition. It does not provide uniform ventilation and its use is limited to short tunnels only. The third process is the combination of blowing and exhausting. This is the most effective ventilation system which relies upon combination of blower and exhaust fans. This system utilizes advantages of both blowing and exhausting. Soon after blasting, exhaust system is used for some time to drop smoke and gases, and rest of the times fans are reversed for blowing fresh air. The direction of airflow can be regulated by valve and duct arrangement. So here we can see the working of a blowing and exhausting process. The figure shows combination of blowing and exhausting process. So this is a working phase where we have to supply the air. So this is the exhausting process and this is a blowing process. In this figure, this A, B, C, D are the valves. So after the explosion or blasting, the exhausting system will operate for a period of 15 to 30 minutes. Because of operation of this system, there is a removal of harmful air immediately. The blowing system works continuously to supply the fresh air till the next blasting. So here this is the exhaust process. So here valve D is closed. As soon as this valve D is closed, a pressure is created, and because of which this valve A will open. So whatever the smoke and gases that are available at this working place will enter to this duct and will taken to the outside of the tunnel with the help of this reversible fan. So this is the exhausting process and this is the blowing process. So in blowing process, now valve D is open and valve C is closed. So here this is a reversible fan, and because of which a fresh air is taken to the working phase in this direction. So from the figure, D is the fan and it is supposed to rotate only in one direction. Now the valves A, B and C are valves that are manipulated either to exhaust from or blow into the tunnel. So this is a working of the blowing and exhausting process of tunnel ventilation. So here we can see a photo in which a ventilation system is provided in the tunnel. Here we can see exhaust fans are provided. This is the direction of wind. So with this we will stop here and will continue in the next lecture with tunnel drainage. Thank you.